Hooty hoo! What we look like? What we look like? It ain't the best. It ain't the worst. Hold on, I gotta do my intro. All right, here come.
You sucking.
Oh no! Here we go.
Hey, pretty baby, what's your name? What's your number? I'm about to talk to you. Get your phone ready. So you say you're looking for a real man who can take you out to see other lands. Somebody who can feed you lobster and shrimp every day of the week. Cause the bread is thick and money is no ish when you're filthy rich. Wanna know one thing when you
Okay. What's up, boys? I almost let that song say some bad things to you. What's up, everybody? Cashin with Cam. Season 3, Episode 6. Let's go, boys. Hoag's in the chat. Becca's in the chat. Hag's in the chat. Mr. Dub Williams is in the chat. Me and Mo here on our anniversary. Ready to cash. Let's go. What up, Mo? J-Ro, what are we drinking on tonight? That's that fresh agua, my boy. Had to keep it light. For this evening, your boys had, how much was that Jets hoodie, son? You just can't get this anywhere. And yeah, the rumors are true. I did receive the call to replace Robert Saleh in New York. I told him I was not ready to relocate at this time, but my people would be in touch. So me and your boy Aaron Rodgers might be drinking that ayahuasca here pretty soon, son. What's everybody's night looking like? I'm glad Kurt's here. What's happening? What a wild week in sports we just witnessed last week. What a wild episode of Cashin we had last week. Your boy was throwed off that lean. Okay. Had a bit of a tickle in my throat. Pause. But overall, your boy's pretty much back healthy. I am, like I told Johnny, I am on the agua to start the night out. Who knows where the night may take us. Anyway, glad you're here. I'm ready to cash. John Gruden ruined coaching for Gingers. That is a ricochet shot that I didn't need today, Tan, to be honest. If you haven't already liked the video, subscribe to the channel. We're above 50. Some of you, I even think, might have turned on noties, which is big time. Couple of you were in the chat before your boy was in the chat, you know. Happy anniversary to Ethan and Morgan. What a lovely wedding. I saw John Clemmer last weekend, believe it or not, snapping photos at another wedding. So, brings back good memes. What a fun time. As you know, we've been doing some fire rankings on the show. We started with sauce rankings, got a bit contentious with the ranch. Noti gang, let's go Mulvey. We transitioned over to hype songs, which got absolutely hot in the streets. Got a lot of calls on that one. Got a lot of honorable mentions, a lot that you felt I left off. Boosie Badass being one. And then last week we went with desserts, which I found pretty fun. I think it wasn't as heated. I think everyone loves a dessert. Top 2 wedding all time, and it ain't 2. Let's go. Yeah, John is a great guy. Great photographer, great guy. Did he remember my name? I'm gonna say no. But that's okay. That's okay. He meets a lot of people, takes a lot of pics. But yes, I am repping the Jets shirt because your boy did have to turn him down. Pay wasn't good enough to go deal with Aaron Rodgers in his current state. But we will talk about the Jets a bit tonight. I have a good friend, Josh, that lives in New York and is probably the biggest Jets fan I know, considering he spent an unnamed amount of money on a Jets hoodie at one point in his life. So I was there to witness. They couldn't believe what he was willing to spend on the Jets hoodie. So I know he's not watching this as he is a bad friend, but pretty funny to constantly remind him of that. How's everyone's week? If you're having a good week, type a dub in the chat if you're having a good week. Tanner says, are the dogs beating the dogs this weekend? Tanner, I have a hunch, an inclination, a bit of a vision, some may say. I think the dogs are going to win that game. I think the Bulldogs that play in that game will win. Georgia versus Mississippi State, a Bulldog will come out victorious. Yes, I'm with you on that one. Again, what a week in college football. College football is almost unbettable at this point. No one knows what's going to happen ever. Bama loses to Vandy, the big shocker. Ethan's having a good week. Love that. Love to hear it. And you're spending your anniversary with me. That is touching. Obviously, Vandy beating Bama. Big dub, Mulvey. Craziness. I pray for times like this. That's a hot take, Cam. What did I say? I can't even remember. Hag, you boys off the cuff. The dogs, yeah. What else crazy happened, right? What else crazy happened? Everybody else tell me. Your boy's brain is working at... Oh, Tennessee lost. To Arkansas. Woo pig. You had... Syracuse, we were all tapped into that one, beating UNLV, their first L of the year. Georgia, kind of another stinker. Let's go, Matt. We are cashing this week, pal. Let's go. Washington beats Michigan. A&M beat Mizzou. Who saw that one coming? Your boy. Ole Miss beats South Carolina. Louisville dropped one to SMU. Kind of a shocker, although SMU's pretty good. And, Miami almost lost to Cal, which is nuts. I think that covers most of our bases from last week in college. Almost got a fat man tutty Monday night. Yes, the Saints. The guy whose brother is a backup dancer for Taylor Swift. I don't know if you guys heard that during the broadcast. It's almost as if they said it 500 times. 500 times, Joe Buck. You don't have to say it that many times. But yes, that was lit. Love a big man. Big man getting any type of ball carrying opportunities. But yeah, the SEC is really shaking up. And to be honest, I don't know where to go from here with college football. It is pretty brutal to bet on at this point. The spreads are still pretty crazy, but I think I've got 7 winners for us this week. And, you can't always be hot, but you got to get hot at some point. And I believe that this is this week for your boy and the Cashin fam. All right, so now, the moment we've all thought about all week long. Call into the show when you're ready. It is Rattler season for the Saints. That transparent lizard bastard is going to quarterback the Saints this weekend. Derek Carr, who knows what happened to him. He got eyeliner in his eyes. He is going to be on the bench, and that boy Spencer Rattler is going to be all over the field Sunday versus the Bucks. Hope Baker don't know how to cook. regular snakes. You know what I mean? Let's get into the rankings, and this is a fun one. It is a bit of an airport themed ranking. Um, and some of you may not travel frequently, but not to brag, your boy just got back from Europe a couple weeks back. No big deal. No big deal. How he. Um, and I just thought about, what it would be like. What We'll get into it. How about that? All right, so we're ranking. Let me move this guy around so everyone can see what I'm working with. Ooh, bop, bop, bop. Come on now. We're ranking the top 5 worst foods to eat before a 5-hour flight. Okay, bit of a niche category, but if you got tummy issues like your boy, this is one you've thought about. This is one you've considered. This is one that when you think about worst case scenario, I want you to dig deep. Think about worst case scenario before your flight. This is the top 5 rankings. Worst foods to eat before a 5-hour flight. Okay, a lot of food themed rankings. All right, but we're back with another ranking. So, le foot. Yes, Rebecca. For those that don't know, it's a very mean thing to say in France. Skyline chili is all right. We can just say chili in general, but Skyline chili is it gotta be Zaxby's for you, dude. Zaxby's will have me standing up in the car full clench, son. Zaxby's, I don't know if they cook the tender. I don't know what they cook them in. They cook them in straight laxative, son, because anytime I touch a Zaxby, it is straight liquid fire. Not making it home type situation. And we lived about 5 minutes from there in college. So my college roommates are correct. Zaxby's is a bit of a fraudulent move for me. I was thinking mostly airport here. So Skyline Chili is served in Ohio airports. For those that have not been to an airport in Ohio, it has to be worst case scenario. If you've never eaten Skyline Chili, just think chili in general. Mulvey's Cold Brew, yeah, that Choco Extreme Sludge would definitely be tough on a flight. So let's get into the rankings, okay? If you have some of your own, call in the show 601-706-9771. What are you saying, Roark? Coworker from Cleveland won't claim Cincinnati for that. Yes. I have tried it once. I did not get on a plane, but I can only imagine. I've got a real cream cheesy bagel followed or paired with a large coffee. And I'm talking like an espresso, like a not in an airport, but gotta mention cookout. Yes, correct. And I think there is a cookout in the Atlanta airport, possibly, or maybe North Carolina. I can't remember. But yeah, a big double burger tray, chicken quesadilla with the Cajun fries before a flight, and that is a massacre. So yeah, I'm thinking the cream cheesiness, right? A little lactose, a little of that liquid fuel in the coffee. You're having a bad time. Your cellmate on the plane is also in despair. Panda Express, okay? Pandons, as I call it. We all know this one, right? A little orange chicken. Maybe you go Beijing beef. Maybe you go honey walnut shrimp. Maybe you get the teriyaki chicken, as I do. But either way, it's a disastrous situation on a plane. Dire straits if that's your pre-plane meal. Not to brag, did fly to Europe. I don't know if I mentioned that. And did eat a short rib on the plane. So, no problem there. I've got chicken salad from the kiosk here, and we all know what kiosk is I'm talking about. They've got these kiosks set up with these deli sandwiches. Who's buying that? Who's buying that? Who is getting a chicken salad, an egg salad, even a turkey At some point, you have to really look in the mirror. Those kiosks have to be recycling those sandwiches every few weeks, right? There's no way those are fresh to order. There's not you don't have to look a person in the eyes whenever you buy that. Whenever you purchase those sandwiches, no one has to see your face and know what's about to happen to you. Ward's Big One combo, yes. I have not stumbled upon a Ward's in an airport, but it is, without a doubt, probably the actually worst thing you could eat before really any event. Any event that does not lead you straight into a toilet situation would probably be a bad one for a Ward's Big One with cheese and chili. I've got Taco Bell. Now, I love Taco Bell, okay? Taco Bell, you throw a bunch of hot sauce on your beefy 5-layer. You try one of the new menu items, maybe a Fiesta potato. I think this has to be 2. And take the Skyline out of it. I think just chili in general. Any chili items in the airport, I think you've got to stray from. You've got to run from. So, yeah. I think this is kind of like, yeah, Jonathan and Tanner are correct. If I see Zaxby's in an airport, I am the opposite direction of said Zaxby's. I kind of anticipated a little more chatter on this one. I gotta say, it is gross. Admittedly, it is gross. But T-Bell's probably number 1. So good, but has never once sat right. That's true. Cantina chicken for the win, yes. Yeah. Call into the show, 601-706-9771. I want to hear yours. 4 Mickeys and a hot dog. Dog at the turn in the airport is a wild move, for sure. But maybe that's next week's list is ranking beers. Airport beers are a certain level of crispiness that you just have to experience in life. Probably the crispiest of all beers. Maybe. That might be number 1 next week if we do that ranking. But yeah, this was a very romantic one for Ethan and Morgan's anniversary, so you're welcome for that. I don't have much else to say unless somebody wants to dispute. 601-706-9771. Maybe you don't want to get into your bowel movements on the show in public, and that is also understandable. Not a lot of lag today, I gotta say. So keep the chat rolling. What else? Skyline chili, yes, Jack. I said it. You're a Midwest guy. Jack, would you eat Skyline chili before a flight, yes or no? Which you're from the Midwest, so your stomach might be accustomed to it. Now, I did travel with Jack to Euroland. He says get it off the list. Wow. And I did not see him consuming any chili. Taco Bell probably is number 1, if we really face the fact. Now, as a lover of Taco Bell, it's hard to say it, but I think we all know it's probably right there. Panda could probably be higher. I think it could stand to be higher. Oh boy. He said his name, sweet. You're on Cashin.
Cam.
Jack.
Get Skyline off number 1 immediately.
Does Skyline have beans?
No.
Straight beef.
Yeah, it's literally like meat soup.
See, soup in general, though.
I mean, before a flight, I feel like that's comfort food, right? That'll keep your stomach nice and smooth and relaxed.
You think?
I mean, I don't think Skyline deserves the number 1. That's all I'm saying. I would put, number 5, a real cream cheesy bagel. Yeah, put that up top.
Yeah.
That dairy ain't gonna be sitting well.
That's right.
Especially with like a smoked salmon on there. Woo, doggy.
Yeah, full lox, full scallion cream cheese. That would be a nightmare.
Oh yeah, imagine sitting next to you on that flight.
Oh,
Brutal.
then you get a crispy Sprite. You just start, letting it eat. Yeah, that would be tough. That would be tough.
I would agree.
Maybe I
That
gave
was like that
Skyline a
song.
bad rap, but when I tried it one time, I gotta say, it did send me into the pits of hell.
It didn't sit well with you.
I don't know what it was. It might have been the look more than anything.
Mm.
It just does not look like an airplane food.
I mean that is understandable if you're an inexperienced Skyliner.
Yeah, I guess it's a Skyliner, yes. So,
For
Jack,
somebody as myself, a professional Skyliner, I would have to disagree.
in your lifetime, how many Skylines have we put down?
Oh, easily like 30, 40 plus.
40 plus Skyline chilies.
Over my life. Yeah, I've been to Cincinnati a lot of times. That's where my dad grew up.
Wow. You go dog or you go noodle?
Oh, I'm a Coney guy the whole way.
Yeah. See, that's also the unappealing thing is the noodles under the Skyline chili. I don't know what the integrity is there. We've got people in the chat saying chili has to be one.
Has to be one,
It has to be
Ethan.
one.
But
Yeah.
Skyline isn't regular chili, though. That's the thing. It's just not.
Yeah, the fact it doesn't have beans, I would say, does kind of give it I'm giving it a bad rap. Maybe I should have said maybe like a Wendy's chili.
Yeah. Yeah, I would. And that's a little more available, right, to the masses.
That's true. That's true. Maybe I missed here. I'll say that. Hand up.
No, I don't think you
Hand
missed. It could be on the list. I just don't think it's the number one.
Taco Bell and Panda Express probably just
Right,
overall.
because we want to think about things you're getting in the airport too before you get on a plane, right?
Correct,
That would be your
correct.
T-Bell, your Chick-fil-A. Sometimes can be dangerous.
But
And
I
not
have seen many a Skyline set up in an Ohio airport that I visited.
I don't think I've ever been to an Ohio airport. So
Yeah, I had to
you got
fly
me on that one.
through Cleveland one time. All right, bit of a niche one. What would be yours, Jack? I flew with you recently. Didn't see you eating a lot of things before the flight, to be honest.
Well, I wanted to save everybody their nostrils
Yeah,
before the flight
It's
today.
true. It's true.
I like the T-Bell. I like the Panda Express. Also a Chipotle. I think is a bad call there.
Well, you go no beans, rice. You know,
Who's doing
keep
that,
it
though?
simple. Yeah, that's true. You got to get the full experience from Chipotle. The beans are free.
Yeah, I would agree. Also, like one of those.
I just got
You
these
like
nuts
Wendy's, huh?
jokes. Tanner, do you like Subway? There must be Subway. These nuts could. Anyway.
Any of those like no name sit down places, I feel like can be dangerous.
Yeah,
at the airport,
you
right?
see like a
Miami
Mediterranean musala grill. You want to stay away. That Euro meat is not what you want.
Yeah, I gotta say, I got a Smash Burger, like the actual Smash Burger restaurant, before Megan and I came back from San Francisco the other day.
Yeah.
Had me hurting on the plane.
That yeah, I could see that. Really, there must be Subway, Jonathan. Yes. Yeah, really anything. You just kind of got to keep it to liquids, I think. And then on the plane, you go cookies, or do you go Sun Chips?
Yeah, I'm a cookie guy. I love me some Biscoffs.
I like the Biscoffs.
Southwest has been doing these like brownie bites. I
Oh.
like them, but I need more. You know what I'm saying? Like they give you that little bag, and you get started, and you don't want to stop.
See, I know what I'm getting with the Biscoffs. I'm getting 2 cookies, and I know exactly how to ration it for the rest of my time on the plane. You give me the Sun Chips, the garden salsa. They're just too snackable. They go down too easily.
Yeah, I would agree.
Alex has a whole Crystal sack. No doubt about that. I'm trying to think where a Crystal
I
would
feel
be
like that
at
would
an
be a
airport.
similar experience.
Probably
to
the
Smash
ATL
Burger.
airport has a Crystal kiosk, if I had to guess.
I don't think they do. There's a Bobby Flay like burger place in Atlanta.
I did Popeyes in the Atlanta airport once. Big mistake.
Mm.
Big mistake.
Yeah, anything that's gonna sit like a rock is coming out tough.
Went spicy as well. Really tried to hold
Yeah.
on to my pride, and it was a mistake. Hand up on that one too. Maybe.
Yeah,
Popeyes
what do we
should've
have
made
on the flight to Europe? I don't. Yeah, we had the
it was short rib. not to brag, we did have short rib with a nice Merlot.
But dude, that did not do well for me either.
Really? See, I didn't.
Remember we got off the plane and I was running.
You did, yes, you did. You left your mark on Europe almost instantly. So, actually, went from one bathroom was too crowded, and you went to the next. That's how.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a shy guy.
Yeah,
so.
well, it's fair. It's fair.
Are you a shy guy?
It depends on the scenario. In an airport, I don't really care. I'll never see those people again.
Yeah, that's fair.
They might as well know what I'm
Cam.
working with. Really, really alpha the bathroom situation at the airport.
Yeah, what about work?
So at work, I'm usually a different floor type guy. So I'm going to find someone else's floor that I don't work with, and, just kind of try to be as conspicuous as possible.
I feel you on that.
Yeah, little James Bond-esque type situation.
Chandler, McDonald's, 2 burgers, fries, and a Sprite, and I'll put me in the grave.
Dude, the spiciest Sprite at McDonald's. I agree with that one too, Chan. All right, Jack.
So,
go ahead.
Cam, I got one more question.
All right,
for
go
you.
ahead.
One more. In high school, were you a poop at school guy or a home bowl kind of guy?
I was a football locker room in dire straits type guy.
Oh my! That is
never
brutal.
the public. But the football locker room seemed to already have a certain stench to it that could mask, whatever I was dealing with that day. Yeah, but generally I like to wait till I'm at home. So anyway, the female audience has completely checked out, and here we are.
Oh yeah, and Jonathan with the Dickies. Yeah, I would not. They may have those at an airport. That's dangerous.
Yeah, Dickies. Their beans are delicious. There's too much going on in them. I'll say it. There's too much.
Yeah, what if
going
you get the
on in
ice
Dickies
cream
beans.
too? Like, oh, you're just putting yourself away.
Soft serve is a choice. That is for sure. Alex says, no reason to be shy, assert dominance. So I tend to agree with that. He does work at a hospital, so honorable mention for hot wings on the sold-out flight. Yes. Yes, the more crowded the flight, like when you walk up to your gate, because we all do it, right? We're like, does my gate exist? You walk up to the gate, make sure it exists, and if you just see a billion people, you probably decide to go with the smart water, right? You're not getting a meal at that point.
I mean, you could hit a B-Dubs. There's a B-Dubs in the Houston airport.
Yeah.
Go crazy on that.
Yeah. Also, sushi. Probably should have put sushi. I don't trust airport sushi.
Oh, yeah. Any seafood in the airport.
But, I mean, they make it look so elegant in the airport, but I know that's just a facade.
It's so appealing.
Yeah, I know it's a facade. Do the Rebs win in Death Valley this weekend, Jack? I'm going to let you say it here.
I was watching, what's his name? Josh Pate. What's his name? Late Kick? Is that a show?
Man,
he was saying,
I don't know.
Yeah, man, not a real college football guy, I guess.
Well, I don't usually watch my competitors, so.
That's fair. That's fair. He was saying that it would be lucky, the Rebs are favored, but if they win, it'll be like a big proving game for them. But let's look at the LSU South Carolina game. The only reason LSU won that game is because of the refs, right? South Carolina won that game.
They did get hosed. They did get hosed.
South Carolina, right?
Yeah, but South Carolina also beat Kentucky, so I mean it's hard to know.
Yeah, but Kentucky couldn't. They were probably asleep those first 2 games.
Yeah, I mean anything could happen, as we found out this past weekend. So
that is true, but we looked really good on the road.
Yeah.
Although, Lane Kiffin's play calling got me scratching my head sometimes, like a punch the TV kind of moment.
I don't know if he calls the plays. I think it's Charlie Weiss. I think that's y'all's issue, is that Lane's not calling the plays anymore.
That may also be part of the problem. If I see another jet sweep on 4th down, I may actually run naked out of the street.
You didn't have to watch Dan Mullen QB draw on every freaking 3rd and 7 for 5 years, pal. Don't come at me with the jet sweep. Jet sweep is OP in the college football game on Xbox.
Until it isn't.
Yeah, you just run jet sweep. Anyway, we won't get it. We won't get into ball. I don't want to bore everyone with my knowledge of ball. But yeah, thank you, Jack.
Isn't that what the show's for, Cam?
Well, I don't want to get too into logistics. it's all from the head and the heart on the picks. So
All right, fair enough. Well, Ole Miss, not by anything crazy. What are the odds on this?
it was 3.5. It has moved down to 3. Ole Miss is favored by 3.
And what's the spread?
That's the spread. Yeah, that's the spread.
Oh, I'm not a gambling guy. What's like the total amount of points they're going to score?
They had it at like 48 or 50 or something. I don't remember. I think it might go under because Ole Miss. Well, I don't know because LSU gave up a bunch of points to South Carolina, and Ole Miss only gave up 3. So I don't know. It's hard to call.
I'm going to say it's going to be the under. Like the defense has been lights out, and the questionable play calling, and then where's Trey Harris? I don't know. Trey Harris isn't there.
Where's Juice? Where's Juice?
Juice is fumbling the ball at the end of the end zone.
That's tough. That's tough. Well, all right. We'll see what happens. I've got the Tigers. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers. You're
right.
wrong.
Peace. That was Jack. Just a rebel rousing call there. Appreciate the call in, Jack. Just to catch up here, yep. Wings would be tough. That's for sure. 30 minutes in, we've talked only poop so far, so let's move into some football games. College picks. We got Jacksonville State and New Mexico State going right now. I know all of you are tuned into that one. Look, college has been brutal. It's been terrible. It's been rough. But you've got to start winning at some point, and I think this is our weekend. You see LSU down there, +3. I'll get to them in a sec. I like the Utah ASU under tomorrow night. Utah, big defensive squad. ASU can only run the ball. Their quarterback is just so awful, just so terrible. 45.5 seems like a lot here. Cam Rising just constantly somewhat injured. And, I like the under there. 45.5, a little play on a Friday night. Not bad. I think we all wanted a little action on Friday. Under 45.5. Look, 11 a.m. kickoff, Bryant-Denny. Bama off of a loss has to be like 1,000,000. Like they've probably, I don't know the last time they lost after a loss. When's the last time Bama's had 2 straight losses? Someone's going to pull it up. It's going to be like 2018 or something. But look, 21.5 is not a high enough number here. I think it would need to be 28, maybe 30. South Carolina couldn't score against Ole Miss. Now, I watched some damning film. Now, the film looked tough. Bama's defense is not what it used to be. I don't know if they were just underestimating Vandy, so they kept it simple, or what it was. But Vandy came prepared. Let's just say that. Vandy, watching some of that film, now, not to brag, I do know ball. The cover one robber scheme for Bama was what they ran on every third and medium, and Vandy exposed it, okay? You probably all saw the same tweet and watched the same film as me, but I do know ball. Bama minus 21.5. Milroe has to win the Heisman. He's got to go off in this game. I just think it's murder ball for Bama this weekend at home at 11 o'clock. Vandy might be ... elite. That little quarterback's pretty good. And he literally walked on at a JUCO 2 years ago. So I don't really understand what happened there, to be honest. I think Bama just sleptwalked through that one, kind of similar to Ole Miss and Kentucky. And, hey, it happens. Same with Tennessee. Mizzou didn't show up against A&M. I won't get into my whole soapbox about how the kids don't care anymore, but the kids don't care anymore. You start paying these kids, I don't care anymore. I listened to Feinbaum yesterday. The Bama fans are in an absolute tailspin. One said that they could win the Natty, and they still would not trust Coach DeBoer. I don't know. I think you might gotta just like the guy if he wins the Natty, but maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know what it's like to win multiple national championships, but they're in trouble. DeBoer's in trouble. He's gonna have to absolutely smoke South Carolina. I honestly feel bad for South Carolina because I don't see it happening in this one. So onward, Rutgers -2.5. So I looked at this one. They're playing Wisconsin. First inclination, what we all want to do is say Wisconsin, right? But that's what we've been doing all year. We got to make adjustments, okay? We have to make adjustments. I like Rutgers -2.5 coming off the L to Nebraska. Bad weather game. They couldn't get their offense going. Give me Shiano and the Scarlet Knights at home, 11 o'clock kick against Wisconsin. I don't have a ton to say other than I love Rutgers. A lot of grit for the Scarlet Knights. A lot of potential for their offense. And I want to see them succeed here against the Badgers. I think in years past, you see the Badgers as a dog against Rutgers, you hammer it. But we got to break the mold here. Should Bama be benching the guy who threw his mouthpiece and kicked the ball in the last play of the game? Debate. Embrace debate. To me, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Crazy behavior by that young man. But you just lost to Vandy. Do I think he should have even been on the field? Probably not. They were just kneeling anyway. Isn't that like their captain or something? But I think you kind of need that. I think you need somebody fired up at the end of the game when you're losing like that. I know State. I mean, we just tuck our tails, put up our pads. He is their captain, I think, Jack. Yeah. Obviously not a good look. Should he have done it? Probably not. Maybe should have saved it for the sideline, get the boys fired up after the game. But at the same time, it's a bad look. It's a bad look. But it's a worse look losing to Vandy. 601-706-9771 calling to the show. Vandy beating Kentucky. Book it. Vandy on the road at Kentucky this weekend. I believe they are 2-touchdown underdogs. Vegas is predicting a hangover spot for Vandy after their biggest win in program history. So I don't know. I don't know how to call that one. I could see it go in one of two ways. I could see Kentucky's defense being ridiculous like they were against Ole Miss, and Vandy just not being able to move the ball at all, and everyone be like, oh, wow, Vandy actually stinks. Or I could see Vandy hanging in there. Maybe they win. Maybe they lose a close one, and, the SEC rejoices because the Bama losing to them doesn't look that bad after all. I don't know. It's kind of a toss-up, but I could see Kentucky's defense being so good that Vandy does not stand a chance. I think Kentucky sees that as one of their few SEC wins this year, although they did beat Ole Miss. But I think Kentucky's probably going to roll Vandy this weekend. Just saying. Kentucky's offense sucks, though, so I could also see it being close. But I think the 2-touchdown line is a trap. I think maybe Kentucky wins by like 17 or something, 3 scores. But then again, you never know in this world we live. If Lebby wins a natty, I will like him. Just want that on the record. Fair. That's a fair take, Tanner. Vandy will definitely cover. McCurley's locking that in. Look, I'm not saying they won't, but I'm just saying it seems trappy to me. 13.5 seems trappy. Just saying. 601-706-9771. If you have any winners this weekend, I'd love to hear them. Pitt at home, -3.5 against Cal. Cal with a big letdown against Miami. I think traveling all the way to the Dirty Burg after a tough loss like that, super late game last week. You come into Pitt this week at 2:30. I just don't see it happening for Cal. Not a great offense. You got Peter Sermon coaching the defense. If anyone watched him as the defensive coordinator at State, he is just flaming hot garbage. So Pitt's putting up a lot of points. Beat UNC pretty handily last weekend, although they did not cover the over, which hurt your boy. I like Pitt, undefeated Pitt at home. I don't think this is the letdown spot for Pitt. It might be later on in the year. Give me Pitt -3.5. Go Panthers. Kenny Two Gloves, not the only good thing that's ever happened at Pitt. Oklahoma, the Red River Shootout. Okay, Texas, as we know, is a bit juggernauty this year. They're a bit juggernauty this year. I can't lie. They're at +14.5. Jamar Chase, anytime touchdown scorer. I do, in fact, love that, Ethan. I think that is, I think that's cash. My man has been on a mission. And I love the Bengals this weekend. I love the Bengals. Yes, Oklahoma +14.5. Red River Shootout. Oklahoma's hung in there in some games. I do not think they're as good offensively as they need to be, but their defense is solid. Their little freshman quarterback is fast as footboy. It's a rivalry game. And I don't know how many 2-touchdown spreads have been covered in this rivalry ever. So I like Oklahoma, the +14.5. Both of these schools, first time being in the SEC for this game. Give me the Sooners +14.5. I think it'll be close. I think they'll hang in there. I really do. I don't know if Arch is playing or not. I assume he is, but I don't know. Maybe it's Quinn. I don't know if it matters. All right, Boomer. Where's Elijah when you need him? Roark, are you on here? Tell Elijah to call in. I need the Sooners synopsis. Tell Elijah to call in about the Sooners. We'll see if he does. I really want to hear a breakdown. I've been on the Sooners this year, and then I've been off the Sooners. Now I'm back on. Please don't hurt me like WVU. West Virginia has been the worst betting team this year, guaranteed. For them or against them, they always screw you over. Ohio State, Oregon, their first Big Ten matchup. While Oregon's been in the Big Ten, 53.5, I feel like, is way small for a primetime Oregon game. I feel like that is a low number for primetime Oregon. I know it hasn't been as flashy as past Oregon teams. Brief mention of Colorado Buffs getting waxed this weekend. Where's Big Ticket? Some are saying he's afraid. He's afraid of KSU this weekend. Playoff Pitt. The ACC is wide open. Clemson. I hate to say it, Clemson's pretty solid this year. I don't know where Big Ticket is, though, to comment on the Buffs. Ohio State, Oregon, over 53.5. I think that's too low of a number for the Ducks. And Ohio State, Dylan Gabriel, front runner for the Heisman when the season started. Where's he at? Where's he been? Where's he going? Let's see. Big Ticket, call in. Your time is now 601-706-9771 as I'm about to talk about your Buffs. It's like clockwork.
From
Elijah.
Oh, it's Elijah. Nice.
How's it going?
Elijah, what's up, brother?
Not much. Watching my Thunder play a preseason game here.
Oh, God. Are they going to be any good this year?
Oh, they're favorites to win the West. Come on now.
No kidding.
Oh, yeah.
That boy, Shea.
Yeah, we got the Carew show now.
And you got rid of the little kid lover. That was good.
That's true. That's been tough for the brand.
Yeah, that one was tough. That's good. Josh Diddy.
I hear you're looking for some. You're looking for some Sooner.
Yeah, back up my. I've got your Sooners this weekend plus 14.5. What do you think?
I think we have the worst offense in the country. I don't think it's close. But listen. I've been to so many of those games at the Cotton Bowl.
Yeah.
It's a crazy environment. you can throw everything out.
Exactly.
I've been at games where OU's a 21-point favorite, and there's 2 minutes left in the game, and you're like, man, are we going to win this? But then again, I think like 9 out of the last 10 games have been 1-score games.
That's what I'm saying. A 14.5 spread. I mean,
I know 14.5, and you know that if it gets down into the garbage time, OU is going to fight
cover
like crazy to cover, to get close, because it's all about pride. You gotta keep it close against Texas. I think that, I don't know how banged up Ewers is. I think they probably sat him out of courtesy against your Dogs. Sorry for any insult there.
They didn't need him. They didn't need him. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
The Dogs did cover the 6.5 team total. Not to brag.
Okay, put that in the W column.
Yep. Not to brag. Did cash on that one.
But I do think we have the worst offense in the country.
Come
if anything, if you're gonna bet this game, if you're gonna bet it, there's 2 safe bets. I think the under is very safe, and I think OU plus the 14.5 is pretty safe.
Okay.
I think that this Texas offense is not as good as the Texas offense last year. I think the Texas offense last year was better. I think Quinn Ewers is obviously a little bit better than he was last year, but
he's banged up though. Is he hurt or is he injured?
I think he's hurt. I mean, but Venables got in his head last year. They had 3 turnovers.
Didn't they lose one of their new receivers as well? Isn't he hurt?
Texas, yeah. They lost one of their receivers, their best running backs out for the year, I think. So,
oh boy, it smells like an upset.
He hasn't played since day one. He hasn't played since day one, though. So, I mean, I wouldn't pick the upset. This is the first time in the history of Oklahoma football that a true freshman is starting in the Red River rivalry.
He's so fast, but he's so fast.
Yeah, but he a little insider here, a little big stat here. He's got the most time out of any starting quarterback in the FBS to make a throw, and he still can't throw.
Decisions are hard. I mean, maybe,
look at the show here. We're talking about decisions here.
Maybe they'll get him some good one read type plays, and I mean, Oklahoma's got players. We all know that. Get them out to the boundary, see what they can do.
No, more inside stats here. Top 4 receivers are out. 5th receiver is questionable.
Ooh. So we're looking at a Kansas City Chiefs tight end type situation.
Our tight ends are awful, too.
Okay. Well, so we're saying Oklahoma money line.
I'd say yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. Oklahoma money line.
Take the under. Put the house on the under responsibly.
Okay. We'll do that. Question from the audience. Will Ewers be a good NFL quarterback? What's your take on that?
No.
Oh, he's out on him. Better or worse than Sam Ehlinger?
Well, I mean, the bar's pretty low.
The bar is low, but everyone thought not everyone, but some thought Sam Ehlinger would be okay after he did the weird back thing after the bowl game.
Ewers has played some weird games. He plays great in big games, and in some games he comes out and he looks like he hasn't watched film all week. I don't really get what's going on with him. But
I think we're running into a Samson situation with him. When he got the fresh fade, got rid of the mullet, I think he lost some of his powers.
Yeah, he's got to lean back into who he was. Like they're trying to sharpen him into a tool at Texas. So you got to let him be a gunslinger.
I know. All right. Well, I appreciate it. I'm still betting on Oklahoma. I'm not going to let you sway me again. But I still haven't seen that Venmo from you yet, though. So just saying.
Yeah, I'll send it over. Send it over. Don't worry.
Fair.
Collecting them some money. So.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Peace. That was your Oklahoma insider, Elijah. A lot of bad things to say about his team there. I'm still going to roll with the Sooners, plus 14.5. Scary pick at this point, knowing what I know now. But I'm going to go with them. I think the under probably is safe. I don't even remember what it is, but I kind of thought that when I saw it. But And then again, if Texas just blows them out, I don't know. Call into the show, 601-706-9771. Some good calls so far. Let's see. I've got LSU, Death Valley at night. The Cajuns will be well and oiled up. Pause. Hard to bet against a home dog in Death Valley. The Rebs looked good last week. I think Jackson Dart is good. I don't think he is like just elite. I don't think he's going to Death Valley and slinging around the yard type guy. Maybe I'm wrong. Then again, LSU. I mean, the one loss to USC in Vegas. I don't know. Maybe the lights were too bright, but they're at home. They're in Death Valley. I like the Tigers. Yeah, I'm gonna roll with it. I'm gonna ride with it, and that is your underdog of the week, Lawn Dogs of Brandon. 601-573-0117. I could smell the fall in the air. You know what comes with fall? You know why they call it fall? Because leaves fall down. And that is where that originated. You're going to need your leaves picked up, bagged up, chopped up, removed from your property. Call Lawn Dogs. 601-573-0117. Okay? Matt McCurley will take good care of you. He is working on the Dallas branch, Elijah, so that is loading. But if you're in the Jackson metro area, give him a call, 601-573-0117. The LSU Tigers are your Lawn Dogs, underdog of the week. Big thank you to the Lawn Dogs of Brandon. Tanner calls Jackson Dart Dollar General Dak. Dak, highest paid player in the NFL, okay, from state to Sundays, as we say. A lot of picks against the Steelers. A lot of picks. But a great throw to end the game. So, it's not about your losses, it's about your wins. Onward to the NFL. Oh, and Buffs are getting beat by 1 million points this week at Big Ticket. KSU by 1 billion points. Thank you. NFL, where we at? Let's go. Let's get into it. 601-706-9771. E-Dog already gave us the Jamar Chase anytime touchdown scorer. I do actually love that one. As we remember, Ethan hit a big player prop parlay the other week. So might want to take that into consideration at home, folks. I've got the Niners against Seattle on Thursday night. The 3.5. I just feel like the Niners would screw me over. So the 3.5 I don't like. I love the money line, though. The Niners own the Seahawks. Absolutely own the Seahawks. 5-0 in the last 5 matchups, home and away. Give me the Niners money line. Debo's back again. McCaffrey, I guess, is cooked. I guess McCaffrey is cooked. I don't really know. But classic McCaffrey season where they just never know if he's ever going to come back. So both Achilles tarnished, absolutely tarnished. But I've got Mason. I've got Mason on my fantasy team, so I'm all for it. Chandler Dunaway, I just traded for CD, so he will unfortunately tear both of his ACLs this week, and that will be a tragedy. I do have the Cowboys, though. 49ers money line against the Seahawks. I like it. I love it. And they own the Seahawks. Jags in London town. London's home team, the Jacksonville Jaguars, escaping Milton and heading to Euroland to face off against the Bears. The Bears. I don't believe in the Bears in this spot at all. Jags get their first win last week. I think Trevor Lawrence plays better in Britain, and I love the Jags, underdog Jags, +2 against the Bears. Long way to travel for the Bears. Jacksonville's used to it. They've been there 100 times at this point. Give me the Jags, +2, 8:30 a.m. on Sunday. Texans Patriots under, doesn't matter what number. I think it was like 35.5, which is just an alarming number, just the sweatiest number ever. And I don't know what to say about it other than it was hard to look at. I've got the Cardinals +5.5 against Green Bay. I don't think Jordan Love is all the way back. Jags own London, yes. Rookie QB across the pond, great point. 601-706-9771 to call into the show. Cards, coming off the comeback dub against the Niners. Your boy had them, not to brag. Aham got it at 37.5. Not as damning of a number, but still pretty tough. I like the Cards here, +5.5. They just still don't believe in the Cards at all in Vegas. Kyler is slinging it. Marvin Harrison had a bad game, so he's due for a good game. Mick, whatever their tight end's name is a dog. That boy James Conner is toting that thing. Give me the Cards +5.5. I've been on them all year. I'm gonna stay with them. I like the R words versus the other R words over 51.5. It's hit 3 weeks in a row. The Redskins are an elite offense. Jaden Daniels is a dog. And he's going to win Rookie of the Year, possibly MVP. Okay. The Ravens could not stop the Bengals. The Bengals could not stop the Ravens. I love Redskins-Ravens over 51.5 in Baltimore. Give me that all day. Cowboys, look, I don't like this. It hurts to say it. I love the Lions. They're inconsistent on the road. Boys +3.5, coming off the dub against the Steelers. I don't know. I don't know why I like it. They played, high-stakes game last week. They had to get a dub. Sam Darnold MVP, best value, actually not terrible. But I love the boys in this spot, +3.5. It just feels like one of those games that Dallas wins to keep them in people's minds as possibly being okay. But either way, I just need them to cover the 3.5. Bengals are going to waffle stomp the Giants. Okay, give me the Bengals -3.5. They win by 3 tutties. All right, I'll say it. Burrow, man, has got to get a dub. He has to get a dub. And this was the same spot they were in like 2 years ago, and they came out and absolutely destroyed whoever it was. They feast on bad teams, the Bengals do. They almost beat the Ravens last week. I love the Bengals in this spot, -3.5. Maybe my most confident bet of the weekend. Bengals -3.5. Can't back the Cowboys, but love the Bengals. Joe is begging for his team to get their shit together. I cannot agree more. I think the Bengals dominate the Giants and Danny Dimes. 601-706-9771. I'm going to wrap it up here soon. We're an hour in. Bills, Jets, over 41. I believe that's Monday Night Football. I like the over here. Robert Saleh out of the picture. Aaron Rodgers free as a bird. I think he starts slinging it. I think all of the reservations are gone. And I think sell the Bengals defense. Wendell Robinson going off right now, though. Okay. Buffalo, Jets, over 41. Over 41. Over 41 on Monday night. We got to root for points on Monday night, right? I can't remember what the line was. I think it was like 2.5. I think the Bills were favored. I would probably go with that. Although it seems like every time in the NFL, when a team fires their coach during the middle of the season, their interim coach gets a dub the next week. So maybe think about the Jets in that one. I always lose when I bet on the Jets, though. So I don't know. I'm kind of scared of that one. But the over is tantalizing, to say the least. And then I've got the NFL teaser. Okay, I won my first teaser of the year. I lost last week because of the damn Seahawks. Okay, and the Saints would have lost it for me Monday night. But I've been pretty hot on the teasers, boys. Give me the Niners 2.5, Jags +8. I mean, look how easy these are. Skins +12.5, Cards +11.5, Boys at home +9, Bengals +2.5. They're gonna win by 1,000,000 points. Colts +8.5 at the Titans, close game. Raiders +9 against Pittsburgh, close game. Neither team has an offense. Broncos +9 against Chargers. Neither team has an offense. Going to be a close one. These are giant spreads in this teaser, and I love it. I love this teaser. Screenshot this teaser. $4 to win 100. It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer to get this teaser. $4 to win 100, whatever that equals to. I think it's $4 to win 100. I don't remember. But this is teaser of the weekend. You have to hammer this with your boy. You have to hammer it. Have to. 601-706-9771 if you want to call in to the show. Big Ticket Dodge, Draft Dodger, Big Ticket. I didn't hear from Luke. I didn't hear from a couple others. But your boy Jack called in again. Big love. Oh, at the bell. Oh, Moldy's calling in. What up, dog? What's up?
What's poppin', my man?
We just in here giving out free money, baby.
Yeah, that's what we do best, huh?
Yes, sir.
I got a stinky little pick for you.
All right.
The Texans are at -7 versus Patriots. They haven't won by 7 all season, even though they do look good. And without Nico Collins, they looked pretty bad last week.
Ooh.
And you got the Drake May spark, so maybe
first start for Drake May.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll win, but I think the fact they haven't won by 7 all season is
Pat's D, pretty solid, right?
Pretty good.
I could definitely see this being one where Drake May wins, and they start talking about Drake May as the next him.
Yeah, and then he proceeds to suck
yeah,
after that.
He will suck.
All right.
He will definitely suck. Yes, he will suck.
It gives them hope for a week, you know. Yes. It carries them through the season.
Yep.
Cowboys scare me. Cowboys scare me a little bit, but they seem to have figured it out. It's never pretty, but they're starting to, slog through it. They kind of look like the Steelers a bit, where it's just not pretty, but they seem to find a way. Yeah. I think Skins Ravens, that's a good call. They both just sling it. Defenses look suspect at times, but yeah, I kind of like the lock for the Texans game because I think they're not going to look great for the next couple of weeks without old Nico.
I loved it. I was tempted, but I didn't know exactly what the Drake May thing would look like. But I'm kind of with you.
Yeah.
That first start, I feel like it brews up the headlines, and then they continue to just suck the rest of their careers. But I think I kind of like it. +7. That's a big time stat. They haven't won by 7 all year. I like that.
Which is crazy because they look great, but they just seem to.
They look good, but they look a little disorganized sometimes, you know.
Yeah. Sometimes they look like the best team for a quarter, and they like the worst team for the next quarter. It's very strange.
Yeah, and I feel like their defense is good, so I feel like it'll probably be pretty close. 2 good defenses. No Nico.
Yeah.
Tank and Stephon Diggs have just not been like in years past. So
yeah, it's weird, especially with Diggs. He looks good when there's a like when Nico's there to take the attention away, he looks pretty good. But when he's wide receiver one, he kind of
Yeah,
can't
he's
get it
just
done.
he's a locker room cancer. We all know it. The way he looked at Josh
Yeah.
Allen, uncalled for. Josh Allen, one of the nicest guys in
Good
football.
dude. Yeah, come on.
Chandler Dunaway says Tank gonna score. Thoughts?
I like it. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, has he scored this year? Probably not. I don't think he has.
Yeah, he hasn't had a great year for sure. I thought he was going to have a better season, but yeah, who's their next? Who's like their wide receiver 3 now?
You're asking questions that Dalton
Yeah.
Schultz, the tight end, probably.
Yeah.
So
And then their running back,
yeah, that boy.
field is a little messy as well.
Yeah, who went to them again? It was
Akers?
the guy from the Bengals.
Oh.
Not Giovanni Bernard. It was the other Joe Mixon. Does he even play?
Joe Mixon.
Is Joe Mixon even playing?
I think he's questionable. Got that fat Q next to his name.
I see. Who are you starting in fantasy this week that you feel good about?
Tough. Just pull up. I redid my whole roster because everybody's hurt.
Yeah.
I picked up Tank Bigsby. He had a killer
Oh yeah.
game. And Tolbert for Dallas without Brandon Cooks there.
Yes, he was kind of cooking against the Steelers. Dak. That was Dak's like safety net somehow. Just the smallest target in the world, but Dak was just slinging it to him.
Yeah. I mean, you always have they're going to be putting heavy pressure on CD, so he kind of becomes the dump-off man.
I picked up that running back too, the Dallas running back. I can't remember his name, but he was getting a bunch of touches in that game against the Steelers.
Yeah, he had a big game. And I think Dallas is like the number 1 or 2 passing team, so I feel good about Tolbert putting up decent numbers, especially against Detroit. Yeah,
I like it. All right,
yes,
brother.
Sir. Well, it's been real.
Peace.
T's and P's, baby.
That was the thought of producer of the show. We have not gotten together to make that happen yet, but it is loading. 601-706-9771 if we want one more caller. Yes, Chandler, this teaser is a lock, and I could see Tank scoring. He's got with Nico gone, Stephon Diggs is going to get double covered probably, so might open it up for Tank. And yeah, that's going to be it for your boy, I think, this week. Good show. Thanks for everybody tuning in. If you haven't already, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to try to figure out some hats here soon. And, yeah, I think that's going to be it. So, peace out. Have a good rest of your week. If anybody wants to watch some ball with your boy, let me know. I think it'd be fun. I think we need to do some, live streams of just the Cashin crew being absolute degenerates watching their bets unfold. I think that would be fun. You can't film in a casino, unfortunately, but I think there's a world where we could make it happen, maybe. Any of my friends that are maybe single, maybe don't have rugrats running around and want to do a little Cashin live stream, maybe we do it. All are invited. Maybe we make it happen. So, that's it. Week something, episode 6 of season 3. Cashin with Cam. Your boy is signing off. Peace.